Okay, I see for step 6, D, I forgot to add the record to the states table, so I'm going to open it up and go ahead and add the record. I'm going to use my tab key to move forward. And that's it. We can close it. You see that it doesn't ask us to save, so when we add records, it automatically saves. It never asks us to save. If you delete a record, it will delete the record forever. It will never come back, and there's no undo button for deleted records, so be careful when you delete records. Step 7 is asking us to create a query and to use the query wizard. So we're going to use the simple query wizard, and we're going to add the last name and first name from the employees table. So I'm going to come up here and switch to the employees table and double click on last name and first name. We're going to add the case title from the cases table. So I'll come up here and choose the cases table and the case title. And the call date time from the calls table. So again, here, call date time. And we'll say next. We want to see the details. We'll say next. And we will save our query as call listing. And open the query to view the information. Modify the query design, either one. It doesn't really matter if you don't click on the right thing. Here's our query. If we were going to go to open it in design view, it would look like this. I'll go back to datasheet view. Because of the relationships, again, it's asking us to change Mindy Myers to Perez. I'm just going to tab through. You can see her name is down here also. Let's see what happens when we close this query and open it up again. And now both of her names were changed. So another thing to notice here is that the changes in the relationships will not happen until you close the query. Another good reason that we should only be working with one object open at a time. So whenever you're getting ready to create a new object, you should close the current object that you're working on, and that will allow all the updates to happen. Another way we could have created this query, and the way that I normally create queries, is I use query design. I think it's a little bit easier, especially when you're using more than one table. So we used these 3 tables here, and I'm just double clicking on them. If I added an extra one by accident, let's say I'm going to close this. I'm going to pull this window up a little bit too. I could have also clicked the add button instead of double clicking. If we have an extra table showing here, we can just click on it to select it and use the delete key on your keyboard to get rid of it. And then from here, I'll open these up a little bit to make sure we can see all the fields. I can double click last name, first name. Let's see, we did last name, first name, case title, and call date time. And then I'm going to come to the bottom right corner to datasheet view to run my query. And here we can see we get the exact same results. Her name has already been updated to Perez, so we don't need to make any changes there. Again, you can choose how you want to create your queries. Now, if I go to close this query, it asks me if I want to save it. And here I would enter the name, the call listing name, if I was going to save it again.